Hey, this is Reg Kelly with Table in the Wilderness, and I'm glad you're with me again today. I want you to look at this deal here. I have finally found it. Absolute proof of white racism. Don't miss this clip. I'm going to read it to you. I've got it black and white right here. Absolute proof of white racism. Have you heard of the group White Congressional Caucus? There it is. White Congressional Caucus. That's the WCC. Then there's the WET. That's White Entertainment Television. And then there's the WLM. That's the White Lives Matter Group. And then there's the WOH, the White Outdoor and Hunting Group. And then there's the WHM, the White History Month Group. And then there's the White Peas, the WPs, the White Panthers. And then there's the WMB, the White Muslim Brotherhood. And then there's the NAAWP, the National Association for the Advancement of White People. And then there's the WAJI. It's the White Alliance for Just Immigration. And then there's the WGC, the White Girls Code. Can you imagine that? And then there's the NWJC, which is the National White Justice Coalition. And then there's the WYP, that's the White Youth Project. I am telling you, I have found dozens and dozens of these white racist groups. Now, proving that whites are separating themselves, that they're non-inclusive, that they're racist and don't want black people or Asian people or Hispanic people around them. We found the proof. Then there's the WN.com, whitenews.com, horrible organization. Then there's the WWSMA. That's the White Wall Street Merchants Association. And then there's the WWSA. That's the White Women in Sisterhood for Action organization. Then there's the MWU. It's the Miss White USA. Pitiful. Racism at its worst. And then there's the National Association of White Accountants, the NAWA. Then there's the NAWHO, the National Association for White Hotel Owners. Can you imagine such a thing? And then there's the NAWST, that's the National Association for White Storytellers. You talk about racism, rampant white racism all over this country with all these organizations and groups. And then there's the NRWBN, the National Registry of White Baby Names. White baby names. Talk about racism. We've got it. And then there's the NAWE, the National Association for White Engineers. Then there's the National White Child Development Institution. Can you imagine such a thing? The National White Child Development Institute. And then there's the National White Lawyers. You talk about a racist bunch. And then there's the Association of White Women Physicians. Oh, you don't like black women physicians, is that right? They're excluded from your little sweet group, huh? All right, and then here's this, the White Culinary Alliances. White cooks. They don't even want blacks to be in their cooking organization. And here's some more. White physicists. They don't want black physicists. White physicists. Then here's the American Association of Whites in Energy, the NAWE. Then here's the OBD, the Organization of White Designers. They don't want black or Hispanic or Asian designers. All white. Talk about a bunch of racists. I never saw anything like it. And then look at this one, National White Sales Network. Then here's Whites in Government, WIG, the WIG organization, Whites in Government. Oh, you don't want blacks in government? Is that what it is? And then there's the National White Nurses Association. Unbelievable. Oh, you don't want to take care of black people when they come in the hospital? What's your problem, white nurses? And then there's the National Medical Association, which is a secretive white group of physician organization. And it goes on and on. I can't even, this is just a partial list. Well, oh no. I'm sorry. I messed up. I guess I was confused and blinded by my white racism, my hatred and bitterness for other races. Everything that I just read you, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. They're all black organizations. Every single one of them. White what? Proof of white racism? If I were to read that list to you and it were true about white organizations, You know what I believe? Then you had a legitimate argument that there's white racism in America. But if I read to you, and which is the truth, all that whole list of organizations, which is just a partial list of black organizations and groups in this country. If we had a white congressional caucus, white physicians group, white nurses group, I think there was some racism. So I'm going to challenge all this white racism crap that's going on in this country. You know who I think's being racist? Is not all blacks, but the blacks who perpetrate this stuff, who start these organizations, who join these organizations, who push these organizations, who exclude Asians, who exclude American Indians, who exclude Hispanics, who exclude whites. You're the racist. What's wrong with you guys? And then you're going around, you see, I'm not going to let it stand. I'm sick and tired of hearing all this white privilege, white racist garbage. Don't tell me who's racist. Look at all these organizations and see if you can, oh, you say, wait a minute, Reggie, there's white supremacist groups. Yeah, they are. And 95%, maybe 98% of white Americans despise that crap. We're not with KKK. Most people have never been. You try to resurrect it, you try to bring it up. I'm just telling you, Americans are tired. White Americans are tired of being accused of something we're not guilty of. You're the ones. You black organizations, why do you call it black? Why don't you call it the black Hispanic, the black Asian, the black white? Oh, it's okay for you to be racist, isn't it? But not us. No, I think you're flip up down, reprobate upside down minded. That's what I think. I think it's all a big fat lie. Look online for white groups. About the only thing you're going to find is white supremacism and blah, 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 and the liberal groups decrying and all that stuff. You know what? I don't even know a KKK guy. Never met one in my life. Don't even know one. Never met one in my life. I don't even know a white supremacist. And I've lived out here in white country for 63 years. I don't know of a white group. I don't belong to or know of a white group that says we are white this, we are white that. Big lie. The proof of white racism? There's a lot more proof for black racism. Yep. And I'm not mad at black people. I'm just telling you the flat truth of it. What I'm ticked about is the liberal news and the liberal black organizations and the impetus, which, by the way, is against First Amendment. It's not about fascism. It's against the First Amendment. I'm just tired of it. And I think a lot of people in America are. So I'm here today to set the story straight. The real racism, if you blacks in these organizations aren't racist, start including whites in them. Start including American Indians in them. Start including Asians and Hispanics. The truth is, you're a rabid racist as hell itself. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. You making excuses for all the junk. If we did this, we'd be guilty of racism. There's no white lawyers association that I'm aware of. There's no white doctors association. There's no white school teachers, no white storytellers association. What garbage. Yeah, I'm a little upset today. Hearing all this garbage over TV, and not TV, but over the news and so forth. I don't watch the stupid stuff. I checked out blacknews.com. Look at this one. What is a black organization? The answer, an institute or foundation that has the sole purpose of enhancing the lives of African Americans. So you're not concerned about white Americans, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, just black Americans? Go to the blacknews.com website and read this garbage, this racist trash. Then the next question, why the need for black organizations? Because they are ignored by mainstream. They serve needs that only pertain to black or African Americans. But there's no proof or explanation for all that line of garbage. It's just for dumbos who want to read it and be mad and bitter at the rest of the world and blame somebody else for all your problems. Can I tell you black people today that are racist? And I want to say again, you listen to me, don't you say something I didn't say. There's a lot of great black people in this country, and thank God for them. I tell you, it'd be a horrible mess without them. But those of you who are racist at heart, who are angry at anybody beside yourself, you know what? You're never going to fix your problem with your racist social justice business, with your Al Sharptons and Jesse Jackson garbage. The only person will ever fix you is Jesus Christ. Go study the life of Joseph. He was sold by his brethren. He was a slave in Egypt. He was imprisoned falsely. He was treated worse than you've ever thought about being treated. And yet God gave him the answer to oppression, to racism. By the way, racism has been turned into the definition of racism in this country, even into what it ought to be. But here I am today to charge those of you in these black groups, you're other racist. You're the ones who hate white people, Asian people, Hispanics. You don't let anybody in your little special clubs. If anybody else, I haven't read about Hispanic stuff and Asian clubs and Asian organizations and all this. Well, I'm sure there may be a few, but there's not reams and reams of them. Well, I hope I've made you happy today. I really do. I'm just saying this to you. Tired of the lies. The truth is right here. If whites had these kind of organizations across the country again, I'd say, yeah, there's a lot of racism. But it's not the whites that has these organizations that cut everybody else off, who say it's only us who matter, who don't want anybody else in our clubs. You're the segregationist. You're the non-inclusives. You're the racist. This is Reg Kelly with Table in the Wilderness, and the truth stings you. You need to be stung. Start thinking for yourself and quit letting those liberal professors and teachers and news commentators tell you what to think and believe. You're never going to be free till you know the truth. God bless you. Till next time.